Kevin Durant requested trade. As we all know, it's something that will fracture the course of time moving forward. The NBA will never be the same. It's something that will never be forgotten. But it also does something else. It makes some history official. And that history is that the Brooklyn Nets, their Big Three era, is officially in the books now, forever and ever and ever, the biggest disappointment in league history. It's officially the most hyped up, toxic garbage that will ever be seen and that has ever been seen. Imagine someone coming into your city and saying, hey, I'm going to build the biggest arena in the world, the biggest sports arena in the country. New York will be jealous of it. It will be legendary. After years, though, of delaying the opening day, you go and see it, and nothing fits quite right. The seats don't work. The employees are just missing. Don't know where the employees are. And then all of a sudden, some bulldozer comes in and whoosh, wipes it away. That was the Brooklyn Nets. It was a very expensive issue. And as everyone, is harping in on how the Kyrie Irving is his mastermind, how he destroyed the whole Brooklyn collapse. He was the guy behind it all. And you're damn right to think that. That's a very valid, belief and point. Can we just say for a second, this is another team where KD had the talent. He had that LeBron James level clearance on who comes, who goes. And the Nets experiment was a gigantic failure. Again, the biggest disappointment in league history, NBA history. Now, whether in terms of KD's career moves, whether it's the right move or not, for reference, I think it is. Get out of Brooklyn, man. Go to an established, cultured organization. Don't try and build it. That's clearly not you. But because KD, he's not a builder. He's not that guy. Because he made the mistake of flying in with Kyrie Irving. I mean, it is his responsibility. It's his fault. And he didn't really handle the James Harden situation correctly, which is, not easy to do. But, again, hey, I'm not going to speak to you for the whole offseason. You don't speak to me after that really, disappointing loss where we should be sticking together. That's not how you handle it. So, it is what it is. But KD will never be looked as a leader. It will never be looked at as like a culture setter, like everybody else is in the upper echelon of the all-time status surrounding KD, because KD is talent is KD, and there's not much more you're getting from him in that situation. Now, as we're watching this ultimately break down in front of our eyes, how KD now wants to fly off to a Miami, to a Phoenix, to an established organization, a first seed juggernaut. It proves without a doubt, if it didn't prove already, that KD is not a builder. He's not that guy. Now, Ricky O'Donnell, on terms of Kyrie Irving, summed up the situation perfectly. It's a perfect summary. The season was sidetracked by Kyrie because Kyrie didn't know if he was going to be out there, right? And the issue is with Kevin, he wants to win badly. He wants to be loyal to his friend, but ultimately, Kyrie and KD are not the boys they appear to be. That's the summary, right? I'm not going to list out everything I think is wrong with Kyrie. I don't think we have 5 hours to post on YouTube. You know my humble opinion on Kyrie Irving if you watched my videos before. But here's the question. Does anyone think that it's a massive coincidence that Kevin requests a trade right after or right in the middle of Kyrie in yet again another media war? Or is it just, who Kyrie is? Remember, Kyrie at that point was in a verbal fistfight with Stephen A. Smith. Kyrie opted in, as you can see, and Stephen A. He had something to say about it. Shocker. Because, of course, he did. Old man Sass called Kyrie a peon and saying he doesn't really plan on staying in Brooklyn for the full year. He's offended. He's bored. He's put back by the fact that the Brooklyn... Okay, sorry, that was my impersonation of Stephen A. I won't do that again, I promise you. That he has to show up for his money to earn his money. So whatever, he's calling him a peon. Okay, two things. One, I did actually search up what a peon is, and I'm still confused what the definition is. I think it's a derogatory term for a worker. I think. And number two, his reaction is exactly why KD's stepping away. Kyrie going back at Stephen A, saying that he's an old head. I think that's where he's going. It's always a bit confusing with Kyrie. Stephen A doing the whole meet me in front of the camera thing, which is the exact equivalent, by the way, of a WWE wrestler saying, yo, meet me in the ring. It's the same thing. What's happening here? KD's watching the whole thing at home. He's on his Twitter. He's in his bachelor pad. And he's saying, hey, why am I invested in this team? Why am I going to spend my last primed years playing with this dude? Like, we're in July right now. The NBA shouldn't even be existing. We got bounced in the first. No, we got swept in the first round. And Kyrie is still out here causing chaos because that's who Kyrie is, right? KD, he might like the occasional Twitter battles. And ultimately, though, I think he is a cool and, calm, chill, down-to-earth guy. But why would you want to play with someone who's unreliable? Unreliable to show up. Like, literally, is he going to show up or not? And if he's not playing, it's this, charged fights. KD is reaching his late 30s. He's a smart guy. He's looking around. He's circling. He's saying, yo, I don't want to be surrounded by this any longer. Like, why would I? I deserve better. I didn't like it in Golden State. I didn't like being the villain. I didn't like, being in the middle of all this drama all the time. And I don't like it now. What? Miami and Phoenix, they bring a little bit of peacefulness. Now, drama will follow KD wherever he goes. That's not escaping him anytime soon. And also, maybe a little bit of chaos is kind of fun every now and then. It would be if I was an NBA player. Mess with the media, mess with the fans. But Kyrie's different. Kyrie's unreliable. Kyrie's is 24/7 chaos. Playing or not playing, season or not season. And somewhere like Miami, who did have a bit of a squabble, remember, before the playoffs happened. And it all got swept under the rug like good organizations do. Phoenix, to have their whole, is DeAndre Ayton signing? Is he not signing? That little thing. But that beats the hell out of playing. No, not playing. Depending on Kyrie Irving. It'd be exhausting. Going to work every day with that guy. I mean, then you have this whole Simmons element to the whole situation, who's somehow become the poor side of the story. And he left Embiid, he left Doc, he left Maxey, and now he's going to debut in an entirely different, likely younger team than he envisioned. And again, yes, KD, he's not a leader, but at least he's not a team bomber, because Kyrie, without a doubt, he's toxic. He's a cancer. And, this forever changing moment, KD requesting a trade, it has just as much to do with Kevin Durant as it does with Kyrie Irving. Okay. Thank you for watching. We're uploading videos, that's right, every single day. Like and subscribe.
1.